Blow this thing up.
Blow it up, Bam. Good evening. What's going on, buddy? Good evening, everyone.
Go lay down. Nobody likes you.
Although nobody's online just yet. How's that bird doing?
He is sleeping, and I tried to wake him up so he could come and visit the people. And the motherfucker almost ripped off my goddamn fingernail. So he did not want to be awoke, or he did not want to be woken up tonight.
Bummer.
Well, and it was my fault because I didn't say anything to him. I just went in there, reached him, and kind of started patting him, and that it scared the shit out of him, literally. Hey, hippo.
Hello, hungry hippo. Hey, look who's there. That's a good guy, Roy. How you doing,
Roy? Oh, I have an announcement later on when we get to him.
Roy, congratulations on your heading to the runoffs.
Oh, did he win?
Well, he got more votes, but he didn't break the 50%. I think it's the 50% mark. So there's going to be a runoff between him and Jessica.
Oh,
AKA
so yet another voting session going on.
It's not over. Hi, Hilda.
Hi, Hilda. I like that picture. That's like from, I'm guessing, the 60s?
Oh, that is her, isn't it? That's probably her. Or is that?
I'm thinking that might be her. I don't know.
Hey, Nadia.
What's going on there, Nadia?
Hey, Ozzy.
G! What's up, G?
Howdy, Giggle. Felicia.
Felicia! How did you miss me?
Hey, Felicia.
I personally cannot help it if my co-host over here refuses to get online and do a show. That's all on him.
It was a busy weekend. That's all I got to say.
So he took Friday off. He took Saturday off. He took Sunday off.
Well, Sunday, I don't like to do Sunday shows. Y'all know that.
But still, you had a 3-day weekend. No excuse. As Ricky would say to Lucy, no excuse.
Yeah. That's okay. That's her mom. Okay. Beautiful lady.
Yeah, she is. I love those eyebrows.
Yo, Abel.
What's going on there, Abes?
Well, you know what I'm going to say?
It's not over till I sing, Bam. I don't know. What are you going to say, Carl? What are you going to say, Carl?
I'm going to say, let's get to the show.
Okay, and I have a new catchphrase. I think I'm going to start using just from because of the stupid commercial that I watch or have seen, and I call my nephew Carl, and I even call like my kid Carl sometimes, and he's out there and he's pushing this white box around with white powder, and he's doing the diamond things, and he's got it going all over the place, and some guy turns around and goes, "Look what you done, Carl. What have you done, Carl?" So I think that's going to be a new catchphrase. Look what you done, Carl.
Is that from a movie or something?
No, it's a commercial. Evidently, you don't watch TV. I'm sorry. Hey. Right now, TV is my life. It's all I got.
Everyone, welcome to the show, and let's get to it. All righty. Yeah, what's up? But Kodak, I was trying to get Kodak on the show with us tonight, and I told Bam about this earlier, and he said, well, if he's awake, he might do that, but if he's already asleep and in a bad mood, like most people,
I tried to wake him up, and he almost ripped off my damn fingernails, so I decided to let the little son of a bitch sleep.
Bam, did you work in the airline industry like Manny?
I did one for several decades.
Yep. That's how we first got to know each other.
How did you know, Juan?
What's up, Chuck?
What's up, Chuck? You can't say that to Chuck.
I call people Karen, Carl and Karen.
God, I do too. Hippo, I do too.
My daughter and I were sick from our COVID shot all weekend, so I bought us another mini schno. You were
Just
sick
what you
from
don't
COVID,
need.
so you bought a puppy.
Just what you don't need. Now you got to potty train another damn dog.
My cousin bought himself an SUV, a used SUV, against my wishes, so you went and got a puppy. All right, that's fair. That's fair. I'm not gonna argue that one.
Well, he's gonna be the one. He's gonna be the one yelling at you when he wakes up in the middle of the night and he steps in doggy poo.
Hey, Laura.
Hey, Lara.
Welcome to a Monday night. We got quite a few things here.
Hey, Marissa.
Marisa, welcome. Glad you made it. I don't know. I'm glad I'm back to this 10:30 spot. Just I don't know how long it's gonna last because I got to travel again tomorrow. But
why'd you even bother coming home?
Yeah, I know. That's very true. Very good point.
I mean, it's nice to sleep in your own bed and have your own pillow and shit. I get it.
Needed to get some stuff done. And boy, good long weekend down here. I don't know about you, but we had election day here on Saturday.
Yeah.
Early voting.
And evidently you're gonna have another election because nobody won.
Yeah, there was a runoff. There will be a runoff at some time I've got the dates, but it's not set in stone yet, but I believe it's going to be June. Roughly just over 30 days from now.
So y'all need to get rid of that. Well, it's got to be over 50. Fuck the 50% because people don't come out and vote for local elections.
Yeah, I want to talk about that too. That was kind of a nuisance around here. I'll talk of a couple of things. Were either one of you part of any unions or associations? Nope.
Well, I did try to do the union thing when I worked for an unmentionable airline. And then when I quit, I still had the union people calling. What's going on at your station? How's the union thing going? I'm like, dude, I no longer work there. Okay, well, we'll take you off the call list. Well, a month later, they're calling. Well, we just want an update. How's the union thing going? It's like, are you fucking me in the ass already? I mean, come on. I just told you last month not to call me. I don't work there anymore.
Actually, you're right. I did get those calls like for 2 years afterwards and text messages and
yeah.
We're fighting for your rights. You need to do this and call so and so. I was like, yeah. I think for that industry, they were a little way overrated, at least for what they were trying to do with us anyway.
Well, I didn't understand why they were going with the telecommunications union. That just blew me up right the fuck out the water.
What he doesn't know is that I'm going to use his truck to take my babies to their grooming and vet appointments. Ha ha, jokes. Oh, okay. That's all right. Hey guys, Shonda's going to be in and out. She's got a fire going on down the street from her house. Neighbor's house is on fire.
Is that the one that we're going to talk about?
Nope. Different one.
Ah, damn it, Jim.
Hey, Betty Rubble, you're awake?
What's up there, Betty?
Try not to keep you too long. And look who's there.
Oh, Mr. Massimo. Who's your little friend there?
Y'all not inviting me on the show anymore because I didn't win the election? No, that's not why.
Nobody won the election. Get your head out of your ass.
That's not why. I'll tell you why you didn't win the election, but how TF we vote term limits and vote for the same lady again. Shaking my head. She's there for 4 more years. Yeah, you know what? And let's talk about that. Hey, Cynthia.
Hi, Cynthia.
So, oh my goodness. So we had extremely low voter turnout. I mean, real low. Like basically everyone said, I don't give a crap. And they didn't come out to vote. Rather embarrassing, actually. And the people who did win, they didn't even win by huge, ginormous margins. And it wasn't that huge. I mean, if people would have come out to vote, I don't know, things could be different. Why aren't people coming out to vote? That's been debated over the last few years. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, I'll get to that in a second. And without naming any names, not that it's a big secret, but for one, I'm not a fan of the conspiracy theories. First of all, I'm not a fan. If it's there somewhere, It's there somewhere and it'll be obvious. All right, I get that. But I'm not a fan of voter harvesting.
Oh.
Does that happen? I'm sure it does. I don't think that's the answer, or the response, or the reason why people don't come out to vote. Yeah. It's okay, so why don't people come out to vote? And the people that do vote, why do they come out to vote? The two people that got a lot of votes that are going into the runoff are Roy De Los Santos and
Chicken Woman.
Jessica Puente Bradshaw. And what did they do? Now, at Osmo, Carlos didn't get that many. At Osmo, not enough to overcome Rose Gowan. But if you want to win an election, you got to go out there and campaign. You have to. You have to. What does that saying say here? He who has something to sell, if you've got something to sell and you whisper in a well, is not so apt to gain as he who climbs up a tree and hollers. And who climbed up a tree and hollered? Jessica. Who climbed up a tree and hollered? Roy. And now they're in a runoff. Sorry, the reality is you're gonna, why run if you're not even going to bother to campaign? That's my opinion. So I don't like this whole playing the victim card. Pretty much. What do they say? You can't win if you don't play.
That's the lotto.
Yeah, and that's true. You can't. This victim card thing. I'm sorry, but I don't buy it. If there were 10,000 votes to 1,000 votes, all right, something's going on there. Something's funky. Totally get it. I don't see it. I'm sorry. I mean, if you're not going to campaign, why run at all? Why run? And where are all the voters? Even if 10% of the city didn't come out to vote, where are the supporters at? There's 1,000 supporters. Why didn't all of them come out or half of them come out? Something needs to happen. Drastic. I mean, if this happens again, this is sad. This is very freaking sad that you get 1%, 1.5% of the population comes out to vote, if even that. But that tells me something, and not enough is being done to get people out to vote. And I expected certain people to win. I wanted at Osmo to win. I really did. But you can't not do anything and win. Even look at, I don't know what's going on. Yeah, let me get to some of these real quick. If I'm not mistaken, that's at Osmo's son, Bam. I don't know he had a son. That's news to me. Making coffee for the cruise.
Not too many homosexuals have kids, but it does happen.
Hey, what are you saying there? I didn't. You know something we don't know?
Huh?
You know something we don't know?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Shonda's making coffee and Gatorade to the firefighters outside. Oh, that's cool. We need to support our community folks.
Give them Gatorade. They don't need coffee. They're in 350 degree heat. They don't need coffee.
That's cool. Term limits, baby steps. Yeah. There you go. Lowest voter turnout since 2013. I was wrong on the date.
I have some thoughts on that.
On the voter turnout?
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
Oh, okay. So this is my thing, and true or not, I don't know, but it makes sense. And I'm a common sense kind of guy. So, a lot of people don't want to come out and vote for their city or local elections. Why? Because it's a pain in the ass. Why is it a pain in the ass? Well, 3 months before that, we just voted for the new state representatives. 2 months before that, we just voted for a president. We're fucking voted out. We do not want to go out and fucking vote again. But what the voters don't realize is your vote will never count for president. Never counts for fucking president. It counts for your state representatives and your city and local representatives. Those are the only 2 times your vote will count. Granted, it has a very, very small impact for the president. But you need 1 million people to change to get like pretty much 1 full vote for president. Because ever since, they got this electoral college thing. I don't understand it. Yeah. It's been explained to me 1 billion times. Nobody understands. I don't even think the fucking government understands it.
It's actually quite simple if you're talking presidential election, that kind of thing.
But, so in my mind, you got, I don't know, for sake of argument, you got 1,000 electoral college votes, and each president has to get like 200 or whatever. Okay, well, so that tells me only 1,000 people out of this country of 600 million people elect the president.
What happens is states like California, New York, Illinois, Florida, large populations have all the population in them, right?
Yeah, California's like, if I remember correctly, it's like 53 electoral votes.
Right. So now you get to a state like, let's say, Montana or Idaho.
They have like 5 to 10.
Yeah, a minuscule percentage of compared to California. So even if half the people vote in California or less than half, they're going to overpower whatever votes come out of Montana or Idaho.
Yeah, but
so they came up with the electoral college to make it fair.
Yeah, it's not fair though, because like
otherwise Illinois, New York, California would be electing the president every single year in and year out.
Illinois has 23 electoral college votes. Well, Chicago, and it happened this past election, 90% of the fucking state was red and voted for Trump. Chicago, because it's the major metropolitan area in the state of Illinois, they decide who wins the presidency. Every major metropolitan area out of the country decides or gets the electoral college votes. So, Chicago is 100% Democrat. They're always going to vote Democrat in Chicago. Why, I have no idea, because it's been run by Democrats for centuries and they fucked it up. I mean, come on. Try something different. Go for, somebody that's not so, I don't know, corrupt. Try a Republican. Hell, Illinois' last 4 fucking governors are in prison. Why? Oh, yep. They're corrupt.
That's truth, people. He's not making that up. That's a true fact. That's a very sad one. And the last 4 are, Democrats. Go fucking figure. I did not want to get on politics tonight, but we're talking about. We're gonna get it. Yeah, we are gonna get on.
So my thing is, people are voted out, and they don't want to come out and fucking vote for something that's so minuscule as city and local politics, where they think, oh, it's not going to do anything for me. I mean, what the fuck? Okay, so all they figure is traffic lights and when time the snowplows go out and how much salt are we going to buy? They don't do a fucking thing for me. Well, in all reality, they kind of do. You just don't fucking see it.
Yeah, a lot of it, you don't see it, what goes on behind the scenes. Now, I'm not saying in this case, the city commission, I'm not going to say that they are a stellar group, but a lot of what gets done, which is not a lot, I'll admit, I'll believe that. I will believe that. I do believe that. But it's not stuff, they're not going to be on the news every day. We have no media here to cover what's going on with City Hall and what are the issues and what's being done about it and who's working on what. We don't have any of that here.
Well, yeah, and then the whole, you have to win by 50% plus 1 vote. Okay, this is not a national election. People don't get out and vote. You need to get rid of that fucking rule right goddamn now, because you're not going to get 50,000 people to come and vote. I mean, you're lucky to get 500 people.
Yeah, exactly. That's why
you need to get rid of that 50% plus 1 vote to win.
I'm not a fan of that runoff rule here because it's ridiculous. It's
what's
ridiculous.
that do? Oh, it drives another election of how many people go out and vote. You'll be lucky to get 25.
So now we're gonna have another election with even less turnout than there was before.
Because at this point, people are like, why fucking bother?
So, do you think it's just ignorance or laziness why people didn't go vote?
A little bit of both.
It's a little bit of everything. Ignorance, they think, well, somebody else is going to vote, so I don't have to do it. I don't have to do anything. Laziness, I don't want to get out to Saturday. I don't want to go vote. I'm busy shopping over here. Or I'm busy, whatever, doing with the kids or whatever.
Grandma Tilly's coming in out of town, so I got to, spend time with her.
Right? Abuelita's coming, or Tia so-and-so is coming to visit. We're busy. That election is on a Saturday. First of all, I think that's a bad move. I know they said, well, most people are out of work, Monday through Fridays or at work, Saturday's free. It's not working. It's not working.
Hold it on a Sunday and do it at church. People are at church. Oh, it's really easy to walk over to a polling place. It's just, right next door at, church.
That's not a horrible idea. That's not a horrible idea. And then the other part of this, sorry, but crying that, you didn't win, elections are fraud or set up or rigged. With this few votes, that complaint goes right out the window. Like I said, if you had 12 or 15,000 votes and you only got 1,000, but so-and-so got 12,000 votes, now you got something cooking there. Something's wrong.
Yeah, and that's definitely 50% plus 1.
Yeah.
That's more like 90% plus 10.
But people, there has to be a drastic push to get out to vote. Get the vote out.
And people just don't want to do it because they're voted out, because we vote too fucking much every 2 fucking years.
So Roy, Jessica, they were out there every freaking day. They were all over the place. They were constantly on social media. They were in front of crowds. They were at places. They were meeting people. I mean, why are those two in a runoff? That's why. No.
Jessica's on the corner giving away chicken eggs. Roy's over at the bar buying you a cocktail.
Whatever it is, they were out there. They're out there. They're out there. And I know
I'm coming down for a cocktail.
Brother, you think, being online twice a day that's not enough. Obviously that's not enough.
Well, and with the online form thing, you're only hitting a select few. You're not hitting the whole entire city. You're only hitting a select few. Yeah,
and even online and social media, find the forum or debate. I thought it was a debate, but it turned out to be a forum. Even that, I mean, that's not going to get a whole bunch of viewers. Not all, that's only once. You do once a week or whatever, a couple a week. I mean, you have to get out there. You got to you have to be out there. You can't just rely on, they know who I am. I'm so-and-so. That's not working. It's not working. Sorry, it's not working.
Get that ass out on that street corner. Start handing out them pamphlets.
You got something to sell? Climb up a tree, freaking yell your ass off.
Or stand on the corner and sell it too. It depends what you're selling. I don't know.
You got something to sell, but you're not going to sell it? And I got no sympathy for you.
Oh, I got something to sell. There ain't any buyers anymore.
It's not going to happen. You can't. Why bother to run if you're not going to fucking go at it? Does money win elections? Not all the time.
No, I mean, you can spend $1 billion on an election, and you can spend, $20 on an election. It's how you spend it and where you spend it.
Look at Phil. How much did Phil spend on the BISD election? Wasn't it like 40 grand or something like that? Maybe a little more. Somewhere around the 40 grand, at least. It was somewhere around that ballpark. And guess who won? He didn't. He lost. It
depends on where you spend your cash.
And it's not just that. You got to have that right combination of, there has to be the right opponent at the right time the money doesn't guarantee the victory. We saw in that case with different Jessica Bam, who beat Phil. I mean, she had a fraction of the amount of money that he had. He had all kind of money coming in, 40 grand worth. Maybe, I think it was more, to be honest with you.
Well, and then you have the ones that go out there and kiss babies. Okay, well, that only worked in like the 50s and the 60s. Nobody wants you slobbering all over the damn noisemaker. I mean, I was actually shocked that Trump did it a couple of times. I'm like, seriously? You're slobbering on a noisemaker? That's what I call babies, noisemakers. Why? Because all they do is cry.
And people want to use the argument, well, COVID, you can't be near each other, social distancing. It's like, baloney.
I agree.
Baloney. I'm tired of this COVID thing. Go outside. You want to wear your mask in a crowd? Okay, but get out there. Have your mask on. Okay, fine. Be in a crowd, but put your mask on. Fine.
Yeah. And Delta's no longer social distancing on their aircrafts anymore.
United has not in a while.
Yeah, elbow to elbow, ass cheek to ass cheek. You're going to be packed in there like fucking sardines again.
Well, that's how it's been on United for months. That never changed. I know they started leaving empty seats here and there where they could, but people were demanding to fly, and all the flights are full now.
And it's like, why do I have to wear a mask? I mean, we were packed in here like a fucking can of sardines with juice. I mean, it's a flying canister of COVID. That little mask ain't gonna do shit for you.
Yeah, so it's not. Now we're talking. Okay, let's hop over to conspiracy theories.
I like those.
Voter harvesting the votes, and you know what? Like I said, if there were 10,000, 15,000 votes out there that came out of nowhere, I'd agree with you, man. But something's got to change, bro. I mean, for people who have a huge following, and not all those followers came out to vote, what about the supporters? Why didn't you guys come out to vote? Why don't you tell me why you guys didn't come out to vote? I would like to know why you guys didn't come out to vote. I shouldn't be asking him or any candidate. I should be asking the people, why didn't you come out to vote? Why didn't you come out to vote? Why didn't your mother, your brother, your cousin, your uncle, your grandmother, your whatever, why didn't they come out to vote? Because this is now a serious issue. This is a ridiculously low voter turnout for a city of almost 200,000 people.
But it's the same thing in every fucking city. Throughout every single state. Every single state has this.
And I get that. But since I'm here, I mean, you're there. I don't know what the situation is like where you're at, but I'm talking about what happened here this weekend. Something is not working. What the hell is the problem? Why don't you guys want to come out to vote? And you don't have to tell me if you voted or you didn't vote. If you want to say it, you can say it. I just want to know why. What is it? Is it a Saturday? Is it the Saturday thing? Is it you don't like any of the candidates? I mean, what is it really? I want to know.
Inquiring minds want to know.
And people want ideas. They want to hear somebody who can say, you know what? Maybe the current administration, I think this calls for a massive voter drive. Get out to vote. Bilingual English and Spanish. My opinion is that a lot of the old school people don't care anymore. There's a lot of population here that's over a certain age.
And that might have a lot to do with it because older generations, it was their duty and their responsibility to go out and vote. Well, it still is kind of like your duty, but the responsibility thing that falls on like our grandparents and our great grandparents. They felt it was their responsibility to go vote.
Yeah, I remember when I was growing up, when I turned 18, it was like, oh, you can vote now. You got to go vote when election time comes around.
And a lot of it might be, there's a bunch of younger generation running for these things, and I just don't mesh with them very well. I don't understand where they're coming from because they're so far off left or so far off right. What they talk about and their ideas make no sense to me. Well, maybe you might need to explain your ideas a little bit more for the older generation, because I don't even know how old I'm, 50 something, 54, 55, 50, I don't fucking know. I don't catch on to things like I did when I was 20 and 30. A lot of things don't make sense to me. I tell you guys all the time, I'm not the most intelligent motherfucker in the world. I'm really not. But if it makes sense to me, if it's common sense, I'm going to grasp it.
Juan, that's a no. That is a no. I did get a message from her on the night of the forum is when she actually responded it. So it took her about 3 weeks before she even read the message. And at that point, that's when I give up on a candidate. If you can't even answer a message, respond, if they're going to be like that, how are they going to be while they're sitting in that seat?
Well, obviously, they're not going to look at their email every fucking day.
Ask her, I will never vote again. Why? Because voting is all fraud. See, it's not all fraud.
It's only fraud at the presidential level.
The fraud and the rigged thing that keeps getting thrown around. I mean, if there's evidence of it, show me. We want to see it. I want to see it. The people should see it. Marisa Leal is in a lawsuit, and something is going on there. She's fighting for her position on the BISD board, which she had won, but then they did a recount and they took it away from her. So she sued. She's suing, and now there's a lawsuit, and that's pending. And trying to figure out, there's a waiting game. I mean, I have some information. I'm not going to share it because the time is not right. But if there's fraud, okay, then show me. Show me the evidence of it. That's what I want to see. But just repeating it over and over again that there is, and nobody knows anything. I mean, when you repeat it over and over again, some people are going to just believe it. People are just going to believe it. So now you got everybody turned cynical. I keep using that word lately. But now you're turning the whole population cynical over something that it's no evidence of it yet. So now you're turning people off to vote. And unless you have thousands of votes coming in and you can notice a pattern of something's wrong, how are we supposed to know unless people are coming in to vote? You can't get 2,000 votes thrown around and then go, all right, there's fraud here. There's fraud. No, you got to have 5, 6, 7, 8,000 votes and then see how it went. And then, all right, something's wrong here.
I'm thinking even more than that, like, 100,000.
Or more, whatever. Yeah, I mean. So, yeah, that N word, and I don't mean that word, Bam, but it's that negative word.
Neglect?
That negative. Nope, the negative. N for negative.
Negative Nancy.
And I'm sorry, not sorry, but you keep throwing terms around, and you get people not wanting, you make them not want to vote. That's what happens. That's the reality. There, I said it. You get the crowd riled up where they don't want to vote.
Pretty much.
They're like, oh man, look at it. He's saying all that corruption. Well, I'm not going to go vote. And that happens in every household, every block, every neighborhood. Times that, multiply that, and what do you think is going to happen? Nobody's going to come out to vote.
Or you have a stupid law or a rule that, a candidate has to win 50% plus one vote. Okay, yeah, that's great in like a state level election, but at a city level election, that's fucking worthless and pointless and idiotic and stupid.
Yeah, in a small town like this, then again, we have to look at what constitutes a small town. It used to be 40 or 50,000 people or less.
I think a small town would constitute. Oh, okay. Well, out of a town of 100,000 people, 500 come out and vote. That's a small town.
Yeah, and we got 200,000. Just under, arguably. There used to be 185 a couple years ago, so I'm gonna just call it just to make it a nice even number. Brownsville's got a population of 200,000.
So out of curiosity, how many people actually came out to vote?
Oh, there were, let's see, 1,000 votes there, 1,000 votes there. I'm going to look up the numbers. If you give me a second, I'll look it up in a minute.
I'll give you a second.
I'll look that up here.
Time's up.
I'll look it up in a minute. But it was not a lot. If I recall correctly, it was like 1% of the population.
So
just over 1%.
So 200,000, that'd be 1%. What, 2,000 votes?
Yeah, somewhere in that ballpark. I'll look it up. I will look it up. So, and that's this reason right here is why you can't just throw stuff out there that unless it's you got evidence of it. Because really, what you're doing is getting people that you don't because of that they don't want to vote. It turns people off to voting. So on one hand, you're saying, all this corruption, it's all voter fraud, and all this. And on the other hand, come on, vote. Yep, vote for me. Vote. You got to vote. Like,
well, what turns me off is I just voted for president, and then like a month later, I had to vote for my state representatives, and then a month later, it's some city and your local. It's like, hey, it's too much. You know, a lot of people, when they get home from work, they want to rest and relax. Roll all your voting into one fucking form. Get it done in one goddamn day. I'm here. I'm out. Let me fucking vote. Call it a goddamn day. Done. Over with.
Yeah, but unfortunately, life is not perfect that way and doesn't work that way.
Oh, and then they're going to say,
and this is only for part
confusing.
of the. This is only for part of the commissioners. The other part are not even up for vote for another couple of years, I think. Yeah.
It's every 2 years we have to vote. Yep. And I get why they do that, because that way you're not voting for 400 people every fucking 4 years.
Yeah, this is true.
I get it. I understand it. That makes sense.
Betty says the voter counts are ridiculous. The city is huge and not even a quarter came out. At least we have term limits now. Well, people voted for term limits loud and clear. Those numbers were very, very, very lopsided. So people wanted term limits.
So I understand. Term limit? 2 years?
Probably 2 terms, I think. I think that's what they're talking about. The guy standing in the drain directing traffic need a coffee. Okay, she's still dealing with the fire. Shonda's dealing with the fire. So, bam, should the Electoral College be dissolved? That sounds kind of liberal to me. That's not fair to dissolve it.
Because
elections won't work.
Yeah, if they dissolve the Electoral College, a Republican will never be president ever again.
Ever.
They just need a better way to do it. Or maybe they need to tweak like for Illinois, for instance, like I said, 90% of the state was fucking red. But because Chicago is the largest city in the state, they decide who wins the presidency. Now, maybe we should split our electoral college, 10 to Chicago, 10 to the rest of the state.
Yeah, I have no idea how that would tweak to make that work. It's not easy. It's complicated. Because
maybe Chicago should be considered as a different state.
You're talking about making it even, the system between a state like California and a state like Idaho. It's got a minuscule percentage of the population. So even if everybody in Idaho voted Republican for the Republican candidate, would make a difference.
Yeah, they only get like 5 electoral votes.
It would make a difference. So that's why the Electoral College is there. So that if everybody votes one way, then Idaho gets, bam, 230 or whatever, 150 electoral, whatever it is.
And Illinois has been talking for years to separate Chicago from Illinois.
That'd be funny. I know. I remember hearing about that.
Yeah, they've been talking about it for years. Yeah.
It's like Texas wants to separate. Well, a lot of residents of Texas would like to separate from the union and become our own independent country.
Good luck.
That'd be nice.
Good luck with that.
Betty Rubble, you can't blame it on the rain. We had many days of early voting. Yes, we did.
Milli Vanilli. I love that song.
Blame it on the rain. So what is it? What do you guys know? Why didn't people come out to vote? Why didn't your people, your families come out to vote? And those who did, wonderful.
What's up, Rosie?
Rosie, once you give up, that's pretty much it. How many times do we try and fail, but we keep trying? Eventually, you get a change, especially the good kind. Well, I agree with that. I'm not saying give up, but if you're not even going to bother to try, then what's the point of trying in the first place?
Hey, and that might be the other thing. People do go out and vote, and they vote for who they want to vote for. Say they're voting for Ted Cruz, and Minnie Mouse keeps winning the election over and over and over and over, and it's like, why go out and vote? Because the same bitch keeps winning.
Media only does McAllen area, not Brownsville. And according to some, Brownsville politicians are so corrupt. Why wouldn't the media be down here trying to cover that? Because we don't have a media. You got a couple of news channels. You don't have a
local news?
Yeah, but it's just a shell company. It's not they don't do news. They do weather. They do traffic.
That's it?
They'll do one or two stories locally, and then they talk about the rest of Texas and then the rest of the country.
Oh, there's an issue with that.
There's no roving reporters, and there's no, the old days, reporters at City Hall trying to get answers, put microphones in the politicians' faces, sir, tell us what's going on, blah, blah. No, there's none of that.
Well, you can't do that now because that's considered assault because of all these millennials and shit. Not a fan of them.
That's what this friggin' town needs. Is the media the way it used to be.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the millennials.
Just like in the movies. You see in the movies where they're coming out of the courtroom and all the reporters are there with microphones. Sir, tell us what happened. What's your opinion? No, nobody does that no more here.
The trophy generation, as I like to call them.
But local elections have a bigger impact on people's day-to-day lives. National elections are just for show. Well, yeah, I know. That's what I'm just talking about. I'm talking about local. Bam's talking about more on the national level.
Well, that's because that's where I live.
The next election, I can't vote because that's not my district, even though I like the candidates. I know I like the candidates from other districts too, but I couldn't vote. Both Juan Carlos Vega. Yep. Early voting restrictions are being implemented more and more in various states. It's not that making the public jarred. Well, what kind of restrictions? And don't tell me voter ID because everybody and their mother. You
don't need that in any place.
Everybody and their mother has got a freaking ID. I have yet to meet a single person in my lifetime who did not have an ID. And if they didn't, it's because they were underage.
And don't get me on this voter ID because, you have to have an ID to, buy a pack of cigarettes, buy alcohol, buy a gun, buy a car for fuck's sake, get a credit card, go to a bank and get a loan, open up a checking account, open up a savings account. You got to have a fucking ID for everything except vote.
Even to get car insurance.
But you don't need one to vote. Where's the common fucking sense there?
Yep. Agreed. So yeah, don't be coming with the voter ID laws because that's a bunch of crap. Hey, Lynn, welcome.
Hi, Lynn.
Lori, welcome.
Hi, Lori.
Some of this we're talking about is local politics here. So for a little bit,
Lori's up late tonight.
Right. Susan, how are you? We'll see that with Roy and Jessica right now as far as campaign finance reports. Take a look at the difference there, and they're in a runoff. So we will take a look at that. They're both going to be on again coming up soon. I'm trying to figure out a date. Once the runoff date gets set officially, and then we're going to have them on separately and together.
So when you have the runoff election, is it still 50% plus one vote, or does that get thrown out the fucking window?
I don't know that. I think that gets thrown out the window.
One would think that it should be thrown out the window on the first fucking time around.
Could you imagine if we go into extra innings again for a second time? It's a tie. It's only a difference of 3%.
Y'all's election ready to drive a sober man to fucking drink, I tell you.
I vote every election because I can't turn Texas blue by sitting on my couch. Hey, good luck with that, Chuck. Good luck with that. They've been saying that crap for years, and I don't think it's going to happen. Won't happen. Not likely to happen.
Now with Musk living there and him bringing all his Republican people, I don't think it'll ever happen.
But you keep trying, though. That's the spirit of what I want to vote. I want to vote for change.
I have not. I have voted Democrat a lot in my life. But just recently, I've come to the conclusion. It's like, wait a minute. These Democrats have been in office for how many fucking decades, and they haven't done much of anything. It's let's switch it up a little bit, and then I start realizing the platform that they run on. It's like, okay, yeah, the past 3 Republicans that's run, it's like, yeah, they make a lot of sense, unlike the Democrats. And
Yep.
we just had one Republican president out of the last 3 elections. Okay, so I have voted for Democrats in the past. I mean, they're not all bad.
So have I.
10% of them or so are good. It's just the 90% of them are worthless.
Yeah, I don't vote straight party. There are people.
I don't either.
There are sensible people on the other side too.
Absolutely.
And I keep talking about Tulsi Gabbard, somebody I would vote for. I would like to see her play a bigger role in this government.
Hi, Linda.
Very high, Linda. Lydia, not Linda. Lydia.
Lydia.
Very low showing. Agreed. Even free food didn't get them out to vote this time. No, bam, down here, chicken plates are popular. A candidate will have a chicken plate fundraiser or free chicken plates. Get to know your candidate, and everybody comes out, gets the free chicken, and then supposedly that's supposed to turn into votes.
Well, and I told you the story in Kentucky why they quit selling alcohol on election days in Kentucky.
Yeah.
So kind of like the same thing.
Why did people stop selling?
So it's against the law to sell alcohol on election day in the state of Kentucky, because the candidates years ago, back in like the early 1900s, I mean, so like 40s, 50s, 60s, in that area, they would walk into bars and say, "Hey, if you vote for me, I'll buy you a drink." So that's how they would rile up elections.
Yeah. Well,
they go around to every bar and buy everybody a drink for a vote.
Same spirit here, except it's chicken or tacos. Mostly chicken, right? Every once in a while, they'll do skirt steak. Hi, Lynn. Honestly, I had to share the election news and dates to my parents. They didn't know and wondered why it hadn't been advertised more. Exactly. That's another thing. Local administration, city hall, mayor. There's got to be, what needs a task force? Get the people out to vote. That needs a task force.
Maybe it needs to be broadcasted on the news a little bit more than what it was. That's kind of like a hot topic. Get your go in there with the flamethrower and light a fire under somebody's ass, that news media, and say, "Hey, talk about our fucking elections a little bit more than you do."
Yeah, news media is not going to do it. There's no news media here. It's just
light a fire under their ass. I bet you they talk about it.
Pages like this one, like us, like Erasmo, and whoever else has these little video live pages, that's where we need to start getting more involved. I agree. That's how we got to start getting more involved. The city administration needs to spend money on ads during the novelas on TV, if they're still showing those. Get out to vote. Your vote is important. Those things, it's not enough done. I know they try to rely on a national level. Oh, they're doing it, the government is doing it nationally, but you got to do it locally. It's got to be done locally. Otherwise, nothing is ever going to change. Nothing. If this keeps happening, it's ridiculous. No excuse not to go vote. They had no lines when I went. They had curbside for those that didn't feel like going in or don't feel safe. The rain didn't last all day. No excuses. That's right. You're right. Oscar, vote. You can't complain if you don't vote. Yeah, I think he's done complaining. I get him. I do get him.
BRB.
And I get him. It's frustrating. And that's why he said what he said. And with all the negative talk around here, you can't blame him. Somebody keeps telling you that everything is corrupt and everything is fraudulent and everything is rigged. Who's going to want to go out to vote? They can turn everybody off to vote. Manny, I'll send you the links to prove in Pennsylvania. I think the lawsuits and higher visibility to potential fraud will deter idiots from trying for quite some time. Well, yeah, I'd like to see that. How many registered voters in District 3? Roy said over 26,000, according to the Cameron County Elector's Office. 26,000 people registered. Did that many people come out to vote? Nope. Was it 10% of that? Maybe. 2,600, even that, or just more than that. Going to put you on site. Did you vote? I did not vote this time around. I was out of town for both the early voting, and it was not convenient for me this time. There was no my district. The only thing I could have voted for, my family did vote, and they did vote for Erasmo, and that's how I would have voted also. You can put me on the spot. I've got no shame. I don't complain. If I didn't vote, I'm not going to complain. But I'll complain for others. And it's not my district to vote in right now. But when my district comes up, I will be voting. I'll tell you that much. I agree with you. Bam. So what's your opinion about Washington, D.C. trying for statehood?
They tried that years ago in Washington. We don't need another Democrat in the fucking House of Representatives. That's the only reason they're doing it, is so they can get 2 more seats. And what makes them think that just because they turn Washington, D.C. into a state, they automatically get to throw a Democrat in the fucking Senate and in the House? Who's to say it's not going to be a Republican? They want to do the same thing to fucking Puerto Rico, just so they can get 2 more seats.
Yep.
You got to really watch these Democrats. They some shady motherfuckers.
But the people of Puerto Rico don't want it to happen. They've been voting on that for as long as I can remember, and they've always turned it down. They don't want to be part of the U.S., even though they are, but they're not a state. They like it the way it is.
They're a commune. They're covered under the Commonwealth.
They're a Commonwealth.
They have to register to for the draft. If we even still do that, I don't know. They're required to fight and defend the United States if we ever go to war for any reason. They have to do it. They're required to do all kinds of things, but yet they get absolutely no benefit whatsoever from the United States.
Well, they get aid. They get money.
Well, that's about it. I mean,
their benefits are limited.
Extremely. I mean, we're not sending them $1 billion for infrastructure. We're not sending them.
Right.
Yeah.
However, they're okay with that. They're okay to be their own, pretty much their own country almost, with us helping, here and there.
I mean, they have to follow our laws, whether they like it or not, and they're not even a fucking state.
So they're not a state, but they're kind of almost a state, but they're not. They don't want to be. The people are very proud there. I understand it. I've lived there. So I know how it is over there. Yes, I have lived there, so I do know what it's like. So I know they don't want to be a state, and I'm okay with that. I'm on their side with that.
But seriously, you guys really need to watch your Democrats, because they are some shady sons of bitches.
There you go. According to Eddie says, if for 26,000 in District 3, only 7% voted. 1,900 people out of 26,000.
So to get your 50% out of that, you would need roughly 980 votes. And that's
26,000. We're talking 26,000 registered voters in District 3?
Yeah, well, 1,967 people voted, so you need roughly about 980 votes to win.
There's way more than 20. Another thing to look up. I voted totally worth it. I went in favor of term limits, and there you go. And that's awesome. The registered voter list provided by Cameron County at the start of the election cycle had 26,319 registered voters in District 3. There is not way more than that. So just a hair over 26,000 seems to be the number. Nobody knows who our local leaders are. We're taught the president, senators, House of Reps in school. I never learned the mayor. That's where it starts. And it's, you know what? And that's part of that's true too.
It is true, because, when I was in school taking social studies is what it was called then, we learned about our U.S. government. We didn't learn anything about our state and local government.
Yeah, that's true. Everything was about who's the president, and if he dies or gets removed, who becomes president after him, who's the vice president. If they're both gone, who's president after that, and Congress, and how laws are made and how they're passed. All that, we learned that, right? Nothing about mayor, commissioners, none of that stuff.
Oh, just wait. Nancy's going to be president soon. You just wait.
City of Brownsville will have a special meeting on May 11th to canvass and officially set June 19th as a runoff date. Thank you, sir. Yes, that's what I did here. There's no need to throw out the 50% rule, as there are only 2 candidates in a runoff for each race. So unless there is a tie, there will be one with more than 50%, one with less. That's right. That's true. So there is no runoff because there's only 2 people, right? If there was 3, now you got a different story. But on this one, there's only going to be only 2.
Well, I think they need to get rid of that 50% rule to begin with. I mean, I get why it's there, but that can only work for a major election, and the type of turnout that you're getting is not a major election.
Juan Carlos Vega, you're a social studies teacher. In your opinion, why is this not taught at BISD? Why is there such an emphasis on federal leaders and not local ones? 99% of people can't name our mayor. Well, if I was mayor, my name would be all over the place. I would make sure everybody knew my name.
Tony Stark!
And I would be out there all the friggin' time. I would be out there in the public all the time. Good or bad, you got to be out there. You got to be held accountable. And if you do bad stuff, you got to be held accountable. If you do good stuff, you got to be praised. You got to praise the people.
Elizabeth, we're going to be talking about Mr. Bruce Caitlyn Jenner really soon. We just got to get Manny off this politics topic.
Yeah, I'm not done with the politics topic yet. Would y'all vote for Bruce and Callie? What's her name? Jenner? Caitlyn Jenner. Caitlyn Jenner, you know, and you can't use the argument that, oh, somebody's not qualified. Well, Trump wasn't qualified. And aside from his social skills, he got a lot of crap accomplished. He did a lot of things.
He was very qualified. He wasn't a politician. Hence, he got shit done.
So some would say
nobody could buy him.
He wasn't qualified to be. He's never been president before, but guess what? He was never a politician. So, yeah, he learned what needed to get done and how it was done, and he got stuff done.
Neither was Ronald Reagan, but look at what the fuck he did. Oh,
Ronald Reagan was
another Republican, not a politician, but he got shit done.
Ronald Reagan made movies with monkeys, black and white. That's how long he was around.
Yeah, he was president in what, 80?
So,
2?
The whole qualified thing is out the window. You know, you have
no, he's in the 70s.
You got administration and people that tell you how things work, and certain decisions are yours and you make them, and then they show you what the process is to get this done, to get that done, or whatever. So I don't know. Caitlyn seems to have her head. You know, we're going to talk about that too, about Caitlyn Jenner's statements today or yesterday. But you know, the whole issue of biological males competing against females.
Mm-hmm. We got a lot of stuff to cover today.
And we're going to get to that also. Don't forget about the Ann Richards, last Democrat governor of Texas. Yep. Never forget her. I remember her. I agree. Task force for voter turnout. Task force for homeless population. Yeah, there are some very, very, very pressing things that definitely need a task force. I'm not. I know people are going to start to throw out the LGBTQ thing. That's not that important, man. It needs to be there. Yes, I get it. But I think getting people out to vote right now, I mean, we're talking this, to me, this is critical when nobody comes out to vote. That's a problem. That's a huge problem. The homeless population, the vets out there, mental illness, that's a whole other problem too. Those are 2 big, ginormous topics.
Oh, what pisses me off about the homeless vets is, you know, they went to war and fought for your freedom and your right to be free and your right to do whatever the fuck you want to do in this state. They come back, they're homeless, they're hungry, their wives have left them because they were gone so fucking long, whatever the case may be, and our country just says, oh, fuck you, we don't care, thank you for your service though, have a nice life.
Yep, that's a shame.
That pisses me the fuck off.
That should never happen in this country with such valuable resources and the resources that we do have. And that's why I get angry. Illegals come in and they're given a pathway. They're given the opportunity to do this and do that and get all these benefits. Well, how's that fair?
Everything under the fucking sun.
How is that fair?
We tell our veterans, fuck you. I have huge fucking issues with this. Huge. Gigantic. Enormous.
But yeah, Manny and at Osmar's the newspapers. I dropped cable because I watch more YouTube. Yeah, and I do have to get more involved as far as situations like that, getting the people out to vote. I want to have more and more and more candidates on here and really, really talk to them so you guys can know who they are. We all have to do our part, and I'm willing to step up and do my part. Yep, that's an effective task force we can all benefit from, 100%. I will never complain, Ms. Sean. I will not. No, Biden is not my president. Hope you understand. Yep.
Well, actually, Oscar, I hate to break it to you. As long as you live in this country, he's your president. Like it or not, he's your fucking president. You may not have voted for him, but I'm sorry to say he's your president, just like he's mine. I don't like him either. He's a moron, but unfortunately, he's my president because I live in this country.
It's sad because he's, well, I don't want to get on that right now. BISD, many other Valley school districts have Kids Voting USA as part of the social studies curriculum from elementary to high school for the last 10 years, which recreates mock elections. I know I've heard of that, but I don't know. Does that really go on here in Brownsville? Do they actually do? If it is, somebody fill me in on this. Does they actually do they actually participate? Is this still going on? In other words, Lynn, I voted earlier. Got my mom to go vote and finally got her out on Saturday. And who to vote for at Osmo Carlos. My dad has not registered to vote because he feels like Oscar Garceres and that his vote won't matter. That's a problem, see? I'm still trying to convince my dad to register and vote, for whom I'll tell him to, but he feels strongly it's a waste of time when his votes don't come to fruition. It's sad, but an ongoing family discussion which drains me. And that's a discussion that's held everywhere in every household, many households here in the Valley, and many more specifically here in Brownsville. You get that old school crowd of a certain age and higher where they're just, whatever. No, they just don't care. Literally, they just don't care. And for the most part, it's not going to affect them. So.
Yeah, because they have the mentality of, I'm only going to live another year, maybe 2. Why should I?
Yep. They've got other pressing issues on their minds, like staying alive, staying healthy, not getting sick.
Yeah, how many pills I got to take tonight before bed?
Right. In last election, 90% of people that voted in D.C. voted Democrat. D.C. statehood is just a ploy to try to maintain control of Congress. That's the bottom line.
Power. The Democrats want fucking power.
Brownsville needs to do away with runoffs. That's money down the drain. Yeah, and
I totally
cost
agree.
money for another election now.
And they should look at this election and go, okay, well, this candidate had this many votes. This candidate had that many votes. Let's do a recount, see if it holds. And if it does, most votes win. Done. Deal. Over.
Yeah, no taxation without representation. I remember doing that little skit as a kid in 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade. No taxation without representation. Learning about history. DC population is larger than Wyoming. They got 2 senators. Seems unfair to me. This is true too. It's I'm ready to see Texas be our own country right now. Here it's in the works. Well, it's always been in the works. It's just that it's
been in the works for the past 300 years.
Lynn said, last time I checked, the local election construct is maybe 1 to 2 techs. Most history techs is focused on state and federal. We need a separate class on just politics for our middle school and high school students. Yeah, I mean, middle school, you can start introducing things, and then by high school, they should definitely be very involved and know what the deal is. They really should.
But you got to be extremely careful with who's teaching them the politics and make sure it's not personal, because politics can get personal real easy.
And you don't want anybody swaying one way or the other. Let them make their own decision. Explain what a Democrat is. Explain what a Republican is. Explain what a conservative is. Explain what liberalism is. Explain what progressives are or independents. And
explain that Democrats want nothing but power.
Yeah, he's not wrong.
Snoop.
Bedtime for Bonzo. Good night, Liz. Snoopy, welcome. How are you? Trump beat the arguably the most qualified person to ever run for president. Yeah. Exactly. Qualifications aren't everything. It's all, the Democrats and Hillary Clinton chose to get into identity politics. And that's where they messed up. That's where they messed up.
When Trump was talking about running for president back when Obama was still president, or before he ran for his second term. And this takes me back to the Lee Iacocca thing, because Lee Iacocca was talking about running for president decades ago. And I'm like, wait a minute. He's a businessman. What the fuck does he know about running a country?
For those of you who don't know, Lee Iacocca was the leader, the boss of Chrysler.
He's the CEO.
CEO of Chrysler, yeah.
I'll tell you, Trump was a businessman. He made a hell of a president. He got this country making money, self-sufficient on energy. What a fucking concept. And now all of a sudden, our oil's coming from fucking Saudi Arabia again, and we have $3, $5 gas right around the fucking corner. You know?
Yep. Very true. Gas prices are climbing, and it's not going to get better, unfortunately. Snoopy's in Facebook jail. Oh, no. My Snoopy account got banned for 30 days. Facebook's so sensitive. What did you do?
Which millennial did you piss off?
What did you say?
Generation.
What did you do, Snoop? I want to know. Last time I looked at text, they taught local politics in elementary school. My kid is like, WTF? I didn't know how to explain it to a second grader. I'm like, wrong grade text. Yeah, definitely. Absolutely. Reagan was governor of California for 8 years, more qualified than Trump. Both had successes. Reagan way more. Just one conservative's opinion. Okay, that's true. I forgot he was governor. Yeah,
I didn't know he was governor.
He was governor. He was. So he had experience in government politics. He did. He absolutely did.
Yeah, no idea.
But still,
he was a great president.
He was so cool. He was such a cool guy that you wouldn't take him for a hardcore politician.
No.
Definitely not a hardcore politician. Seniors need to take U.S. government as their last requirement for social studies. Many teachers do make them research local government. It's the adults who are not knowledgeable of our local government officials. Boom. We got that one right. You can't make people vote. It's not difficult. We shouldn't bend over backwards by mailing ballots to people that can't be bothered to get off their ass and vote. Yes, something like that. And I know you can't force people to vote. I wish we could, but then they would vote just to their vote. Their vote wouldn't be an important vote because they would just vote and they would check off whatever box was the first one there.
Yep, they pretend it's one of those ACT tests and figure out what kind of design they can make in the boxes.
I serve on city boards, Roy says. I serve on city boards where students come in to observe as part of their school assignments, to observe a certain number of city commission or city board meetings. Well, that's scary because, those meetings that I've seen have not been very productive and not very, yeah, that might be a turnoff, actually, the way I see it. I do it every year. We get training and partnerships with the UTRGV. That's awesome. But Reagan didn't have any business experience. We don't need lifelong politicians to run this country. It needs to be run more like a business. Yes.
You are fucking correct, Eddie.
Too bad people don't like Trump just for personally, but he got crap done. Why? Because he took a business mentality to it.
Well, and if your country is not making money, but spending and spending and spending and spending, all you're doing is going in the red. Okay, you have to have an income in, and not just taxes. I mean, there's other things you can do. Oh, like we did for years. We're over in fucking Germany protecting them to keep Russia out of their country. Okay, that's great. So they're supposed to give us so many thousands of dollars a month for that service. And Trump comes in and says, hey, yep, you haven't paid in how many years? Guess what? You need to pay or we're leaving.
Yeah, you owe us $50 million. Can you start paying us back, please? I mean, that's what happened. I mean,
yeah. And then I say this a lot. The United States is the Gladys Kravitz of the world. We stick our nose in every country's fucking business, tell them what to do, how to do it, when to do it, why to do it. And we're out there fighting England's war for them over here, and yet we're doing it on our money. Well, guess what, England? If you want us to fight your fucking war, you're going to reimburse us for the money we spend, plus more to pay our soldiers and shit. Yep. I mean, you got to run this country like a fucking business, or guess what? We'll never get out of China's debt. I mean, we owe China so much fucking money, it's not even funny.
We're just hemorrhaging expenses and not getting reimbursed or paid back for protecting a good part of the world from their enemies.
And my favorite one is, a tsunami just took out half your fucking country. Here's $300 billion. Don't worry about paying us back. Okay, well, where the fuck did we get that money from? Okay, it's fine that you're humanitarian and you want to take care of them. I get it, but go over there and shovel the mud out of their houses yourself. Don't give them fucking money we ain't got.
Yeah,
and tell them, don't worry about paying us back. Don't worry about it.
Frank, print me another $1 billion, please, and make it $2 billion for tonight. All right. Yeah. That's how that works.
I love the fact that we want to help other countries. I get it, but okay, you got to take care of this country first. Take care of our homeless vets. Take care of our homeless.
There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with putting America first.
And then once you got this country where it needs to be, then you can help other countries.
You have to get your own house in order before you can go out there and try to save the world.
Don't listen to Gladys Kravitz because she doesn't know shit.
If we can't get it straight, clean your house first before you go and clean somebody else's. That's what has to happen.
Gladys doesn't know anything. Gladys, she's stupid. She doesn't know a fucking thing.
Exactly, man. My dad's been battling depression for a few years. It's so hard for him for it to be optimistic, which doesn't help his ability to register and vote. And yes, my kids participate in Kids USA mock voting pre-COVID. Oh, that's awesome, Lynn. Marisa, yes, Madison voted this past election. That's awesome. That's pretty cool. I'm so sorry for Snoopy in Facebook jail. I got a comment deleted a month ago and given a warning. Facebook is so sensitive. I think it was PMSing every day, all day.
Well, they're run by the trophy generation, so you're going to piss off a lot of motherfuckers.
The last thing I remember was calling out Rose Gowan and Trey Mendez. I have no respect for corrupt politicians, and I got censored just because I spoke out against it. Remind you of anyone? Yeah. If there is corruption, even though, if there is corruption, and if it's out there for real, I want to see it. Show me the evidence of it. And I'll fight with freaking anybody against corruption. I just want to see it.
You're Missouri. You're the show me state.
Yeah, show me. In Australia, you have to vote or you get fined. That I like.
Maybe we need to do that here.
That's a little too harsh. We need to get more of that USA, go USA spirit that used to be once upon a time. When Trump talks about make America great again, that's what he's talking about.
Yeah.
That's part of what he's talking about. Everybody, I'm going to go vote. Hell yeah, I'm going to go vote.
Why do I say the F word so much? Well, Robert,
welcome to the program, and meet Bam.
Hi.
He's an F-bomb generator.
Well, and my favorite one is MF, and I'm sure you know what that is. I don't know if you caught any of those drops tonight or not, but that's just my personality. I'm just.
He doesn't plan to say those words. That's how he speaks, and we've talked about it before. But I'm not going to have him change who he is. He knows when to tone it down. And he knows when not to. Sometimes he gets emotional, and those things just start flying.
Yeah, and when I start talking about our hungry vets and our homeless vets and shit like that, that's when I really get emotional and upset because it pisses me the fuck off that our country is so callous that they won't do anything about it.
Yep, that's Bam, and I'm not going to ask him to change. When we do an interview, he knows. Bam knows. I don't have to. He already knows what to do. Robert Camacho, I hope you can not let that be a deterrent for you to come and watch and visit us. It's actually quite funny.
Yeah, when I get on a roll, sometimes I get quite comical. But
yeah, and he doesn't call anybody like that, like to insult somebody necessarily.
Well, it's if you're bored one day and you're doing absolutely nothing, look up the definition for motherfucker. The first one, there's two definitions. The first one is, the degrading, you calling somebody a motherfucker. But the second one The second definition of motherfucker means impressive person.
Yeah, see?
So it depends on how you look at it.
Yep.
And you know, you'll hear me. I don't know if you heard it tonight, but I've said it. I've said I am not the most intelligent motherfucker in the world. I tell you this a lot. So I call myself a motherfucker.
The stars at night are big and bright. Deep in the heart of Texas. Yes.
Yeah, and you know, we said
every time I hear that.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Well, we say this a lot that, you know, this place is not for snowflakes because chances are you might melt a little bit.
Yep, this is a snowflake-free zone.
But we're not gonna, you know, call you out, kick you out, and
yeah, we welcome everybody. We're not gonna kick you out or ban you or block you.
We will gladly hear your beliefs and your sides because it only makes us better because we might be thinking something different. Like Roy here, he was with us 2-3 weeks ago. I have this thing of, you know, if you come into our country and you're pregnant and you have a baby, and all of a sudden this baby is an American. And I feel that right should be taken away instantly because you're not an American. Why should your child be an American just because it was born here? Well, then Roy says to me, well, what if that baby's father was an American? Okay, well, I never thought of that.
Yep.
It could entirely be true.
Yeah.
Now, if that's the case, of course, that baby should be an American. But 99.9999% of the time, it's not.
So everyone is welcome here. We're not going to kick you out just because you're on that side or this side or whatever side. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, so I mean, you can make me think differently, and I'm okay with that because that's how I get educated. Different ideas, different ways of thinking.
And like we said before, if some of you are new to the program, thank you for coming by and watching. I haven't run this little freaking banner here. I keep forgetting.
Yeah, run that damn banner.
For those of you who don't know, we are friendly to straight, gay, bi, queer, bisexual, trisexual, quadsexual, quinsexual, asexual, whatever. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. If you want to sleep with the stapler, I'm okay with it. I don't know why you want to, but okay.
Yeah, have fun with what's that brand of stapler again?
Yeah, I have no idea.
I can't remember. I forget.
It's the black one with the silver all over it that you see at the schools all the time.
Yeah, we don't care what your personal preference is, which way you lean politically. Doesn't matter. What does matter is if you're an asshole, and if you are, that'll get you kicked out of here. But just arguing was not going to make you an asshole. I just mean if you're a belligerent fool, then I'll kick you out of here. But if you're not, then we're just disagreeing. I don't care. You can stay as long as you want. You're welcome every single freaking night.
Yeah, and as we get off the politics here and start shifting towards other topics, you're going to see how much fun we actually really do have.
Yes, and we still will. I know we're going to go a little long tonight, but that's okay. There should be an aptitude test to vote. Too many idiots that don't pay attention to issues, platforms, candidates. Yeah, that wouldn't work.
Yeah. Because, well, like me, I'd fail.
And not just that. You think few people vote now. Wait till people start taking the aptitude test. You're going to have like 3 people vote. It's like, no. Okay, guys, I'm out. Good luck to those kids in 4th grade taking their start writing tests. Good night, Betty Rubble. Thanks for hanging out with us for a little bit. Bam, that's your charm. Don't go changing. Don't go changing.
Changing my heart. No. The Captain of Theo used to sing a song. No, was it them?
Don't go something my heart.
Yeah, I think that was Captain It's Neil.
Probably. We need an F-bomb generator during the freeze. All right.
Well, and we froze. Oh, there we are. We're on froze.
Bam is proficient at adding sentence enhancer. Yes. That's a good way to put it. Robert says, yeah, it's funny. Yeah, whoever doesn't want to hear it can put on some earmuffs or some earplugs or something, but it's not that bad. We do have the Veterans Affairs Administration to take care of our vets. It's muddled with bureaucracy, but it does help them. And it's getting better. Trump tried to clean that up too.
Yeah, because that was a fucking nightmare. And it still is a nightmare. All you should be able to do is walk into any vet hospital. They have your information on file. You're right there. It doesn't matter what part of the country you're in. You should be able to walk into any vet hospital. They look you up and go, yep, you're good. Let's get you in here to see a doctor, yada, yada, yada. Or, okay, let's let's get you in a home, and then we'll work on getting you off the streets. We'll put you temporary here, yada, whatever. It needs to be done. It really does.
Yep.
And if I ever win $180 million fucking dollars, I'll tell you right now, I'll be the first motherfucker to buy an abandoned building and turn it into a homeless shelter for vets. Free living.
Amen.
Come on, let's go.
100% would do that. So that's another thing Trump was in the middle of taking care of. By all means, was not even done, because that does take a lot of work. But he's trying to streamline that process so they're not standing in line waiting for things for weeks. Well, about Bam's F-bombs, he uses it to target Psycho Pelosi.
Oh, yeah, my best friend, Nancy. She a hoe.
Bam's best friend. Good evening, guys. Que pasa? Ben, hey, Ben. How are you doing,
What's going on there, Ben?
Go Bears. Go Bears. Democrats rule. That's funny. That's hilarious. Bostitch. Bostitch is one. There's another brand.
Hi, Hilda.
Oh, what's that brand of stapler? The typical brand. It's not Bostitch. It
starts with an S.
How can I forget? Streamline?
Maybe.
Streamline, something like that.
I think it is Streamline.
You got the gay conservative as one of your biggest fans. There you go. Awesome. The stapler is Bostitch. No, that's one. There's another. I think it's called Streamline, or I think it is Streamline. Like that. Then nobody would vote, Eddie. Yeah, that's right. It's aptitude test. Yeah, I know. That's kind of funny. Or Swingline. Yeah, Swingline. That's a stapler. Just thought about that. Bam, ever seen the movie Patton? The one scene when Patton has a drink with the Russians, from one asshole to another asshole.
I think I have seen the movie.
That is a great scene. Bam, it's called a cluster F, what the VAA is.
You're not lying, Ben. It is a clusterfuck.
Yep, Swingline. Yep, that's right. Ironically, swinger staplers. Ha ha. Yeah, okay, I get it. Swingline. Yes, everybody's chiming in. That's it. Now you get it. He got it. Bam.
I love it. I love it. Fucking menage a trois staplers.
Menage a trois staplers. All right. I think I said my piece on this.
Okay.
So, good. For those of you who didn't win, don't go whining, please.
Don't whine.
Don't play the victim. It's not becoming.
Yeah, because, there's only so much cheese in the world to go with your fucking wine.
Don't need cheese. We don't need wine. We need results. We need ideas on what you guys can do to change the situation. The remedy, what needs fixing now is getting the people out to vote. That's got to be a top friggin' priority.
I used to work with I don't know, I wasn't there long because I didn't like him, but I used to work for this guy, and I walked into his office one day and I said, "Problem?" And he goes, "Oh, there's no problem. There's only solutions." And I sat there for a second. I'm like, "Okay, situation." He's like, "Well, what do you think the situation is?" And I told him, and he goes, "Okay, well, how are you going to solve it?" I'm like, "That's not my job. That's why I'm in here talking to you. That's your job." Oh, he did not like me, but I know he didn't like me from day fucking one.
Yeah, it's all right.
I don't care.
Yeah, our vets should be taken care of, 100%. I just requested my hubby's DD-214, and it was sent to us typewritten with an old typewriter that skips every half of each character, and it's illegible. We need better services for vets when seeking their paperwork of proof of military service. That's sad.
Lynn, I'll tell you that it's not typed like that. That came off of microfilm, and all it was a Xerox copy off the microfilm. Everything is put on microfilm now, and it is in Missouri someplace. And I actually have I found my original DD-214, and it's like on onion paper, if you know what how onion paper actually feels, but it's white. It's not that like brown onion paper.
Yeah, it's like real thin. It's almost like carbon paper feel.
Yeah.
To it.
And I've gotten several other ones throughout the years on normal paper, and I look at the onion paper one, and I look at the other one, and the photocopy that they send you is just, the quality of it is shit. I mean, you can barely read it, but So it's not like they type it up or print it off. They just get it off a microfilm and then they mail it to you anymore.
Yeah. Rosie says, I have ideas. Tricky part is who will listen. Well, that's the thing. You have to get out there and stand on a soapbox or climb a tree or up the pole and yell often. You can't just whisper it down there and tell one or two people, or it doesn't work. It's not working. Not bearing false witness, lying is in the lying is in the 10 Commandments. Nothing about profanity. No, there you go, Bam. It's not against the 10 Commandments, so you curse your ass away, whatever.
Well, and I used to have this pastor when I went to church, and he'd be up there and he'd be doing his little thing up there on his little soapbox podium thing, and nobody would say anything after he said something, and then and he was from Oklahoma or Nebraska, but he had a Southern accent, so he was kind of funny, and then all of a sudden he'd scream, "Is that an amen or someone just passed gas in here?" And then of course everybody just kind of like roll and laugh, but sometimes you got to grab their ass, so to speak.
Like they say, Manny, money talks and bullshit walks. If you don't have the money to run for a position, you are screwed.
Absolutely.
To a certain extent, it does take money, all right. But to getting out there, just meeting the people here and there, being on the street, being out to places, that's why you got donations and you get people to donate. But you got to have your stuff's got to be in order. You got to have a plan.
Let's make lots of money. I like.
It's not just announce you're going to run and then don't do nothing.
Everybody.
Then what's the point? I said it before, but your region needs watchdog groups more than nearly anywhere else in the country. Watchdog groups that are not corrupt. I mean, hope so. Yes, my husband DD214 is on what resembles tissue paper.
Yes, that's the paper I'm talking about. Yeah,
that's messed up. Why did they do that? Bam, thanks for the insight. So who should I contact for a better type DD214?
Unfortunately, if you don't have the original, you're not going to get a better copy of what it is, but it should be legible enough to whoever you're going to present it to should be able to get the information off that they need. You can always go to any local VA. They should have the information there. If not, they might be able to get you a better copy.
I wonder if you can scan it so it's on a digital format and then have somebody who can do Photoshop run the contrast a little bit and make some letters darker, make the white to whiter and the dark letters darker. Maybe it'd be easier to read that way too. I would do it for you if you send it to me to try, see if that works. I am out there. Trust me. Good thing. I'm a firm believer you can contribute as much unofficially. I'm a firm believer you can contribute as much unofficially. Yeah, you can. Absolutely right. Donations, I thought it was trash. Randy Watson, sexual chocolate.
Sexual chocolate. Oh, that takes me back to that Coming to America movie.
Yeah, that's where that's from. All righty, guess what we got up here. Let's change gears a little bit. I know it's a little late. Try not to lose some people. Maybe we can get some back with this. Caitlyn Jenner is in the news.
Woohoo.
And the alphabet people, and I mean no disrespect when I say that, y'all. The alphabet people, the LGBTQ.
It just makes more sense to say that because, I mean, it's confusing. I mean, I'm gay, and I don't understand it.
So again, whenever I say alphabet people, I definitely don't mean that as an insult. So they're not happy with Caitlyn Jenner right now, even though they were supporting her. They were supporting her when she came out and did her thing. And now they're all pissed off because of this comment that Caitlyn Jenner made. Let's listen.
What comment? Oh.
Hi, Caitlyn. So there's legislation in various states to ban biological boys who are trans from playing girls' sports in school. What's your opinion on that?
This is a question of fairness. That's why I oppose biological boys who are trans competing in girls' sports in school. It just isn't fair. And we have to protect girls' sports in our school.
But if someone transitions and now identifies as a girl, isn't it delegitimizing their identity to prevent
Have a good day.
Yeah, so she didn't want to get into the discussion of somebody's identity, but I don't think she had to. I think she said what a lot of people feel.
Yeah. And you know, I'm not a fan of Caitlyn Jenner. I don't like her, him, it, whatever you want to call it. But wow, I'm impressed with what she said, because that's how I see it. I mean, I don't feel that a boy, born a boy, just says that they're a girl and just so they can play girls' sports to win. Or go through hormone therapy or whatever. Even if they go through all that hormone therapy, they are still going to have testosterone in their body until their testicles shrink up to the size of fucking little grape nuts.
Yeah, but you know what? Take all the hormones or whatever you want. They're still not a female, period. And
yeah.
And this is not even, I don't even want to get into that discussion. We can talk about this for 5 hours.
Absolutely.
But you know, and I'm going to call her she. You know, she's transitioned. It's not because I believe she is a female now.
I think,
but I'm just gonna respect, you know, how she's living right now. So I'm not getting into that argument either. But yeah, so the LGBTQ activists are now pissed off for her saying that. So now they're giving her problems. Like, geez, just leave them alone already. Just go find a real cause, something important that the LGBTQ community does actually. That's important, real important. GI Bill, paid my way through college, and now my daughter takes advantage of the Texas Hazelwood Act, which pays for 90% of her tuition. Awesome. Such relief, plus the scholarship she earns during high school. All vets should keep a copy of their DD-214. Plus, you can have your Texas driver license with veteran on it. Oh, yeah, that's awesome. I didn't know that.
Yeah, with every state, you can get veteran put on it. Although I cannot, because I cannot find page 2 of my DD-214. And every time I request it, they will not send me page 2 of my DD-214.
Yeah, why is that? Why make that difficult?
Well, they made it difficult because they changed the law on that. They will give you page 2, your DD-214, if you were in the service for a certain amount of time and left like you were supposed to, like graduated out whatsoever, got an honorable discharge or a dishonorable discharge, they'll give it to you. But I was not in the Navy for that length of time. And since I lost my original page 2 of my DD-214 that states honorable discharge on it, because it was a medical discharge, which they consider honorable, because I was not in there for 90 days, I don't qualify for page 2 of my DD-214. I was in there for 87 days.
Oh, sounds complicated already.
Oh, it's pain in the fucking ass.
So Bruce was correct with his statement. Come on, just call her her. It's about fairness in women's sports. Yeah, I mean, it really is. I don't see how you can think the other way. There you go. For whoever needs it, try ebenefits.va.gov. Hopefully that works. Juan Carlos, I kind of forget. Did Bruce Kaelin ever get reassignment surgery? I don't know.
As far as I know, he still has the Holy Trinity between his legs.
Yeah, that's as far as we know. It doesn't mean that's the way it is. So I don't know if she's been snipped. As a matter of fact, I thought I saw the chair of our local LGBTQ task force call Caitlyn Jenner trash because of what she said today. Pretty sad that she doesn't get support from them because of a difference of opinion. Who said that?
The
Susan,
chair
you're talking about here in Brownsville? Yeah.
Night, Hilda. You're going to miss a good story here in a hot second.
I hope that wasn't the case, Susan, but I'll try to find out. Good night, gentlemen. It was a long day. Have a blessed morning. Thank you, Hilda. Hope your husband's doing okay there. Yeah, we'll be thinking about him. Her husband's having some procedures done coming up. Lydia, last year the LGBTQ Pride flag special interest group was approved and flown on a city flagpole in June, but the police department were denied to fly their flag on a National Police Officer Appreciation Day, even after the city assured the public they'd fly it in an email. Any police-approved flag. What do you think? Yeah, first of all, I don't think it should be. I don't mind flying a flag. But the problem is that you open yourself up to everybody else wanting a flag also.
Well, I mean, I don't care if they want to fly a flag or not, but Chicago, in their infinite wisdom, they actually created one of their police cruisers. They converted it into a flag, the gay flag. Mm-hmm. And all it does is float around in Boys Town in Chicago. It's a rainbow cop car.
I got to see this thing. I don't know. I'm in the opinion, and it's got nothing to do with how I feel towards the LGBTQ community. For those of you that haven't heard, I grew up in Boys Town. Gay people are nothing new to me. From a young age, I was introduced to them.
Well, and for that matter, we're nothing old to you either.
Yeah, and my mom always said, people are people. Don't worry about it. They're a little bit different, but they're regular people.
We're different.
Treated them the same. So I had the fortunate upbringing that's the way my mom raised me. So, but I say this, that, you know what? Government flags should be left alone and only fly government flags. You know, city, municipal, county, state, government, and any other kind of flag can be put somewhere on a pole, on its own pole, but not on the same flag as the U.S. flag or the same as a city flag. I think it should have its own pole. And also, having said that, if you're going to allow that, then you better get ready to allow all the other flags that people want to put up for any other group you can think of. So it's not such an easy decision to make. You know, you can try to be virtuous by, yes, we are LGBTQ friendly, put the flag up there. But because you don't, doesn't mean you're not LGBTQ friendly. And that's what those activists are going to try to have you think, is that, oh, they don't fly their flag, so they're not, gay friendly. Well, that's not true. One's got nothing to do with the other. Should it be on the same pole? Nope, I don't think so. It can have its own pole. Further down, there's a succession of, position of honor, right? U.S. flag, and then the state, and the other locals, you go down the line. On the same flagpole? Nope. And that's about any flag, that's where I stand. That's my opinion on it. Oscar, thank you for the link. Hopefully that works. Jose Colon Uvalle. Really? I would like to, is there any documentation of that somewhere? Was it recorded or anywhere? I'd like to read up on that. Oh, send me a clip if you got that, guys. I would definitely, I'm into that. Roy, are you still around? Any comments on that? I'm curious. Did we ever ask Roy about that? Since if you're on here somewhere, Roy, how you feel about the biological males competing against biological females in sports?
I think he did give us his when we had him on. He gave us his opinion on that.
I think he said it was not fair. If I remember correctly, I know he said he can get his ass kicked by one of the MMA fighters as a female.
Oh yeah, I remember
him saying that. Caitlin did entertain the possibility of transitioning completely, but I don't think she's gone through it. Okay, yeah, I guess if she did do it, we'd hear all about it, right? He has 180 days for page 2. Holy crap! Went through this when my son shattered his foot on Paris Island. He was 2 weeks short of 180 days. Damn, that sucks. Yeah, no, that's not nice, Carlos. It's just even though it's even though it's a procedure.
Well, and
Even though it's a medical procedure, just the thought of it is.
So just so you're aware that they hold it, or they slice it two times. So they slice it in half.
I don't need
and then they
details.
slice it in half again, so it's in 4 pieces.
Don't need. Okay, let's see. She decided to keep her dangly bits. Lynn says, "Wait, how come any person behind a live can say the word hey, which rhymes with gay? What? I got blocked when I repeated an influencer saying he was gay. I don't get Facebook. What is the deal? I was only repeating, not commuting a hating comment." I know that's why it's freaking ridiculous.
That's because the trophy generation has got it up their ass that everything offends everybody because it offends them because they're so prissy. They're so, oh God, what's the word I'm looking for here? So, oh my God, you told me that you don't like my color of my hair. Oh my God, you just hurt my feelings. I mean,
my goodness.
Get a tougher skin. I mean, come on, you little. I mean, for lack of a better word, the trophy generation is a piece of crap. They how could anybody raise their kids like I mean, I don't get it.
So Bam was able to look up this cool thing.
Well, I got lots of cool things I sent you.
There's this. There's the rainbow, the Pride police car showing their.
That's one of them.
Showing their support. Yeah, this is one of them. There's a whole bunch of them there. I thought they were all the same car. So, I mean, if they want to do this here and there, and but I think it defeats the purpose if they only drive it around in Boys Town.
And that's what they do. They have like 4 of them, I think. And they just pretty much, it's right there in Boys Town, Lakeview area.
Yeah. See, to me, that defeats the purpose. Okay, fine. You're telling the LGBTQ community that, yes, you support them. And that's fine. But I think it would make sense to drive that thing around other neighborhoods if they really wanted to make a statement. Know what I mean?
They may go as far north as Uptown if there's a call for like extra support.
Yeah. I wonder if that's even a real squad car, as in, to be in service. That's what I wonder. Sometimes they're just a showpiece, they'll park it here and there.
Right.
We constantly see differences of opinion, even with the LGBTQ community. It's unfortunate, but we're all human. We don't all think alike. Differences of opinions exist.
Yeah,
Lynn, the political correctness has gone a little too off the rails. Okay, gotcha. Are you familiar with Hogatha, a very conservative gay man who puts wild makeup on for live streams? No. Is that something we should watch, Shonda?
Well, we should definitely watch the lady that lit her house on fire.
Oh, yeah, we're going to get to that, too. So educate Lynn, Bam. Is the hey word offensive to any community? And how do you translate gay in Spanish in a Facebook acceptable way?
I used to know the Spanish word for gay.
I've
heard joto means gay or feminine in Spanish. But as far as hay, I mean, what are you talking about? Like a horse eats hay type of hay?
No. So the word that you just said, joto. I don't know the history of it. I want to say that's kind of a derogatory term, but I could be wrong.
Well, the one thing with the Spanish language, words can have so many different meanings.
Because I'm looking at here some writings in Spanish, and when they're talking about gay, they're saying gay. They're just saying it with a Spanish accent. Gay. That's the gay. Just you say the word, and you're still saying the same word. I remember when gay used to mean happy.
Oh, I do too. And faggot was a bundle of sticks.
Yeah, a bundle of sticks. That's what the word faggot actually means.
Or fag, they're gonna go suck on a cigarette. That's what
can I have
English.
A fag? You go to London, they're gonna ask you for a fag. That's a cigarette. So how those words became associated with homosexual stuff, I have no idea how that happened. Or when it happened, for that matter.
I remember when Jamie and I was on our first trip to London. We got on a train to go to Gatwick, and there's these four boys, and they were extremely hilarious. And one of them says, "Oh, you're such a fag," and I don't mean a cigarette.
I wonder what the history of that is. I'd like to know. Shonda, my son, was also short of 180 days. He had a keen problem. Yes, you should watch Hogatha. He uses the shock value of appearance to draw people in and sarcasm to get people to wake up and stop with the cancel culture, political correctness. He can be quite educational. She loves Hoggy. All right, let's talk about. Do we have that?
Sex, baby. Let's talk about you, baby. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things. Hey, baby.
Yeah, no, just that's enough of that, Bam.
What? You don't like my singing?
I'm trying to find the.
Oh, God, you know, I try to do everything right for you. I just can't do anything fucking right. Hey, what the fuck is wrong with you? Okay, now that I had my little mental breakdown, I'm good.
Oh, you were talking about a fire.
Jess, I sent you 2 videos. We want to look at the second one.
Okay,
because the second one actually has an article with it.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. We got it.
I've got, okay, besides the car one, you've got 50 Shades of Way on Twitter. You sent me that.
I did.
Karen
Maybe
Strikes Again.
I don't think that was me.
Yeah, Bam Miller. Karen Strikes Again.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, Karen.
Throwing clothes out the window, and somebody's going on to pick up clothes, and couples fighting on a porch or something.
That's the fire, Karen.
So that's the video.
Let me double look at it. Yeah, that's the video for the fire, but I thought I sent you one with an article too. Karen Strikes Again. Okay, that's, yeah, I guess show the second one. I didn't send you the article, which really sucks because the article was quite funny, but the video is even funnier.
Oh yeah. All right, let's watch some videos here, people. Let's watch some videos. Let's see. Let me share this guy real quick.
We're sharing. We're in a sharing kind of mood.
We are sharing. All right. So I'm going to do this and then that and then this.
Oh my God.
Can we blow it up?
This man threw her clothes out the window, bro.
So what we're looking at here?
This is the wrong one. We want the other one.
This is all I got.
Is she going to come back? Yeah, she's picking more up. Look.
The other one was the 50 Shades of something.
God.
Okay. Sorry, people.
The 50 Shades of Way on Twitter is the one we want.
But that's why I just asked you. Okay, wrong video. 50 Shades of something.
Yeah, we got some testicle difficulties going on here today, guys.
Okay, there's a video playing, all right?
Yep. I don't know, is there? I don't see it.
I'm trying to get this to play. Oh, there it is. Okay, now I can share it. It's a Twitter. It's a Twitter feed.
Yeah, I hate Twitter. I don't even know how to twit.
Okay, here we go. I found it.
Here we go. Here we go.
Now, let's see what this is. No, there's nothing like disgusting or gross here, right?
No.
Okay.
Fucking living room. Dude, she's about to burn the fucking house down, dude. Living room. Oh my fucking God, this is not happening right now. She lit the fucking watching the house go up in flames. Oh my God. I cannot actually believe my eyes.
477.
I cannot actually believe it. And she's sitting there just chilling, watching the house go up in flames.
So she's watching this happen, or she started it, or what?
God.
Yeah, she lit her trash can on fire and threw it in the living room, and then she pulls her chair out and sits down and watches.
I actually can't believe this. And she's just chilling back. Like, yeah.
Reading a book.
I'm watching this shit go down. Oh.
Not a care in the world.
Oh my God.
Oh, there it goes.
This is now turned into a serious thing.
This is one way to get rid of unwanted guests, people.
It's on fire! Get out of the house! Hurry!
So what is the backstory on this?
I don't know. I mean, she lit her house on fire, and then she sits down and watches it burn, and then the fire people come. And here comes the fire people.
They're called firemen, Bam.
No, because a woman can be a fire person, so we call them fire people.
Firefighters.
So there's the fire people.
Oh my God. That whole roof just fell. Oh my God, it's got worse. Oh my God.
I don't know why she lit her house on fire.
Oh my God.
If I had to guess, I'd say, she had some low-life son living in her basement that wouldn't leave or get a job, and she got tired of supporting him. So this is her way of getting his ass out of the house.
But that's your opinion. You don't know what actually happened.
No.
Is that right?
Right. But I mean,
Bam?
I don't know why you would light your own damn house on fire and sit in the front yard and watch motherfucker burn. I mean, if you have money, if you have it like that, I mean, fuck, spread it around.
Let's see.
Oh, we got that teacher spanking one.
Oh, yeah, we're gonna get to that right now. The influencer said Hoto. I repeated it and I got blocked. I was only repeating, not judging, but still my comment deleted and got a slap on the wrist. I feel like I'm going to Facebook jail soon just for being not up to date, not for being judgmental. Geez, it's crazy. And I disagreed. I appealed it, but Facebook ruled it was a hating comment.
Well, I guess if you want to use politically correct, it's homosexual.
So gay, you can't even see gay. You can't even say gay either.
I don't know, because you know how kids go, oh, that's so gay.
I remember a time where they were fighting they wanted to be called gay. They wanted to be okay with being called gay.
And now you got kids going, oh, well, let's go to the mall. Oh, that's so gay. Or let's go see this movie. Oh, that's so gay. I don't know. I try not to keep up with it.
Chris is 6'6" with size 16 boots. They had them doing scrubbers, which are supposed to be off limits, and within feet that big, bending those foot bones. Like, oh, gotcha about the injury. I saw the video. Woman is batshit crazy. Yes, she lit 7 fires. Damn.
Ooh, firebug.
I have the backstory. Shonda's got the backstory. She didn't live there officially. Her and her boyfriend got in a fight, and he kicked her out. Oh, that's why the other video is he's throwing her stuff out the window, and she's going over there to pick it up. That's what we were kind of looking at first.
Okay, well, that would explain why I seen a picture of her getting arrested.
Is that the one that we're having to fight on the porch? It was that lady in the black.
I didn't watch the first video.
Yeah, so that's it. Okay, gotcha. Now it makes sense. Now,
trust my girl Shonda. She knows everything. She keeps me straight.
I want to talk about that spanking video.
I sent it to you.
The paddle video. Okay. Let me look it up
I sent it to you.
People, you guys have seen this. I know you're talking about it.
I absolutely don't see anything wrong with a kid getting their ass tore up. That's why God gave a kid that ass to be beat. I had my ass tore the fuck up growing up. I turned out okay. Now, I did almost get my ass tore up at grade school one day, but lucky me, I lived 10 houses from my grade school, so they brought out that paddle. My ass took off and ran home.
So check this out. They made the video real tiny. It's hard to see it. I see somebody peeking down there. That's
because it's this TikTok bullshit.
I know who that is down there peeking.
Oh, that would be Camellia.
No, that's not. I'll tell you about that later.
Oh.
Okay, let's see if you guys can see this. I'm sure you've seen it already.
Would you fuck my
And this is
That's
the
a school
mother
principal.
watching this.
No, put your hands down.
Hitting a 6-year-old with a wooden paddle in front of her mother.
So this is from Clewiston, Florida. My parents actually told me about this story today because they were so heartbroken by it. The child accidentally damaged a computer and it was literally $50 to fix. So the mom was going to the school to pay the $50 fee. But in the letter that they sent the mom, they said that they were going to paddle her and there was going to be a deputy present and the principal was going to do it. But the mom, her main language is Spanish, so she didn't really understand what that meant. So when she got there, she saw what they were going to do, but she was too scared to say anything because she thought she was going to be reported to the police or something and be put in jail. So she ended up recording it and sacrificing her own child, she said, so that other parents could see like what goes on to minorities at that school.
And there's one more time.
Ow.
That's a school principal.
No, put your hands down.
Hitting a
All right.
6-year-old with a wooden paddle.
Yeah, I think I've seen enough of that.
So
Wow.
when I ran home and my mom grabbed me, took me back to school, and she went off on that fucking principal. She said, "No one is going to beat my kid except me." And I'm like, hell yeah. Well, I got it 10 times worse when Dad got home that night. Hell yeah.
I would have to agree, man. Don't touch my kid. I'll take care of it. I'll deal with them when I get home.
Yeah, school should not be handing out discipline. At the very most, detention or go stand in the fucking corner. Like that does a lot of good because you put a kid in a corner these days. Why the fuck are prisons overcrowded? Oh,
Shonda
because
says,
time out.
yeah, I discipline my kid. Some teacher or principal, call me and I'll deal with it. That school would have seen a new side of me few have ever witnessed. Yeah, I agree. That would not happen.
To me, you tearing a kid's ass up and you don't own that child, that's just as bad as sexually abusing that child. I mean, to me, it's the same fucking level. You have no right to lay your hands on my fucking child, whether you want to spank it or do anything to it. You have no fucking right to touch that child.
Actually, somebody told me this. Let me look this up. Somebody told me, and I believe this is Texas law. Hang on, let me scroll this. Let me scroll a little bit more. I could have swore someone said
we're scrolling
in Texas that's actually legal.
I think it's legal in every state, to be honest with you, because I think they outlawed corporal punishment which is what that is. In like the early 80s.
I can't find it. I could have swore somebody said in Texas it's legal, and of course there are some conditions to that, right? But yeah, I would go to the principal and I would write and I would talk to every teacher in person. Say, don't you ever do that. If you got an issue, call me or whatever. Call the family and we'll deal with it. Don't you lay a hand on my kid.
I'm sorry, I don't have children, but if I did, and I find out you beat my kid's ass in school, I'm going to come down there. I'm going to take that paddle off the wall and light your ass up.
Man, yeah, that was Nope. Yeah, that's don't agree with that. The Bible states to spare the rod and spoil the child. I got my belt spanking by Dad for something trivial, and I never again did I do whatever I did. It turned out great, not traumatized, and she holds a master's. Or good. I wish schools still implemented corporal punishment because I recall very few incident reports in elementary due to fear of the paddle with holes. I have spanked my kids in the past, and pediatrician had my back to use it sparingly. It's worked. I'm totally for spanking their kid. I just don't know if I want somebody else doing it. So I don't know how I feel about that. Because you yourself will know how you're going to control that paddle. You don't know how stranger is going to deal with that paddle with your child. One, it's not their child. Two, you don't know if they're having a bad day, then they might go off a little and put a little more strength on that, wind up and give a paddle. So I would say, yeah, call me in and do it publicly. Have the parent come in and do it publicly if that would work. I don't know. I guess I'm against it. From a teacher, let the parent take control of that. At least that's my humble opinion. What else we got? Oh, this was so funny. I think this has been seen before. I think we did this around Thanksgiving once somewhere.
I can't see anything with this big, huge thing from Lynn going on here.
So there's a mom who has the kid help her with the turkey. Have you guys seen this? Oh, hold on. So she's going to help his mom prepare a turkey. Have you guys seen this? Well, how was it back in the day?
It's funnier than shit.
Oh, damn it.
Damn it, Jim.
Damn it, Jim. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. Okay. Try this again. Okay. And that's there. This is hilarious. Guys, if you haven't seen this, it's freaking hilarious. Ready?
Yep. Thinks he can handle this. Yep, you got to get all that out.
Is it a boy or a girl?
Boy or a girl? Turkey? I have no idea.
I think it's a boy.
Nathan.
Your internet sucks, dude.
Not me here. I got super high speed over here.
Nathan.
The video is not going with the
Nathan.
sound at all.
Look.
On my end, it is.
Nate,
anyway.
stop. Look at me. Look. Don't put your hand on your mouth.
Basically, he thinks he's grabbing the turkey penis.
What's the problem?
It's the turkey neck.
I don't know. Mom, I think it's a boy.
Nathan. Look at me. Stop gagging.
Okay. Oh my god.
Put it down. What is that?
I think it's a penis. Turkey penis.
That's a huge turkey penis, kid.
All right, what else is in there?
I don't know, Mom. I'm thinking. Oh my god.
Boy, you are not right.
A bunch of ice, it feels like.
I'll stop it there. That was the best part. That's hilarious. That was funny.
I've first seen that. I almost pissed my pants. I was laughing so hard.
That was hilarious.
Now the other video I sent you, the one with the dryer, that's actually really kind of cute. Extremely short. It's like 20 seconds.
I think back in the day, the teachers used to spank your ass. They didn't care. They wouldn't even tell your parents until. It's not like they made a special phone call, stop the day.
Yeah, they just tore your ass up and sent you on your way.
And send a note maybe with the kid saying your boy did this. We spanked him a couple times, just so you know. It was not even if we have permission to do it. No, they just did it. Ah, yes, the neck versus penis video. Yeah, that's becoming a classic. Man, in my 60s, I would get spanked just for chewing gum in Mercedes ISD. Yeah. In your 60s, stop it. No, that's hilarious.
In the
it's
60s.
I know it's a neck, but the kid had no, I don't know. Oh, that is funny. I think we got to call it a night. We've been going on for.
Do the dryer thing really quick. It's really cute.
Dryer thing. Let's see.
Should be right before the turkey penis.
Oh, there it is. I hate that this automatically starts playing. Okay. As a dryer. Man, what's going to happen here?
Well, we need a lot of sound.
Is that what we got down there? Yeah, that's the one, right?
Yep. I don't know. I don't see anything but us. There we go. Yes, that's the right one.
The hell was that all about?
That's the sound of Harry Potter. Now he's going back under the cupboard.
Not a Harry Potter fan, so I wouldn't know.
Oh, sweet Jesus. Why do I even try? All right, peeps.
Let's see. Marisa, good night. Stay safe, man. Don't be a mask hole. Hold on. I'm never a mask hole. What are you, crazy?
Don't be.
I'm a mask hole, but I'm not gonna goof on people because they're wearing or not wearing a mask. That way, I'm not a mask hole.
Oh! I got an announcement.
What's your announcement, buddy?
Tomorrow I get my second shot. Woo.
Right.
And today I did my taxes.
There you go.
Yeah, I was worried. Oh my God, was I worried I was going to have to pay into the motherfuckers?
And you don't have to?
Oh, I get a big, whopping, huge $12 return from the federal government.
Oh man,
but
that's too much money. What are you gonna do with that?
Oh, I know, right? But I'm supposed to get like $500 back from state.
I had a teacher pull my hair when I was in 5th grade. I had no idea my father could get that angry. And oh, wait a minute, what's this? I just read the metro subway train crashed in Mexico City, killing many people.
Shit.
Oh, at Osmo's down there. I know that
Again?
much. He's in Mexico City now. Well, he's been in Mexico, but not to Mexico City. Now he's in Mexico City. Oh, crap. Let's do a few ghost stories. Please, I can't wait to wake up my hubby and turn the living room lights off like last time. All right, I'll work one of those coming up here. Oh, man. What train crashed in Mexico City?
I don't know. Oh, I gotta pee. Fuck.
Subway derails. Holy crap. In Mexico City, killing 13. At least 13. Oh, boy. This ain't good. What the heck happened there? Here, let me post this up for you guys to take a look at. Let's see. Yikes. That doesn't look good. Subway train derails in Mexico City, killing at least 13. The derailment occurred at a station in the city's southeast, injuring at least 70 others, authorities said. Rescuers at the site were an overpass, partly collapsed, derailing train cars at Olivo Station in Mexico City on Monday night. Yeah, that's not minor at all, is it? That's a subway train derailed. I'm reading it right here. On Monday night in Mexico City after a concrete overpass partly collapsed, killing at least 13 people, injuring scores of others, the government said. The derailment occurred on line 12 of the subway system at the Olivo Station in southeast Mexico City. Mexico Civil Protection Agency. Initial photos from the site showed tilted train cars, tangled wires, and twisted metal. Videos of the derailment released by the government showed at least one orange and one yellow subway car hanging from an overpass. Looking for a video, but it's not here. Oh, here we go. What is this? More twit stuff. So these are just photos.
Wow.
Holy crap.
Yeah. No bueno.
Nope, definitely not good at all. I hope that Osmo's fine and asleep.
Oh, I'm sure he is.
Something tells me he is. I hope he's fine. I hope he's fine. I'll have to check in with him. What time is it over there? Has anybody heard from him at all? Just curious.
It's going on 1 o'clock there, Carl.
Yeah, but this is something that
Yeah.
see if we get something from him. Subway has an overpass. Yeah, I know. So I don't think it was a subway. I know it runs underground, but part of it sometimes runs above ground or higher, just like in Chicago. The L going to O'Hare, it's on ground level, then it goes underground, then it comes up a little bit. Okay, just Osmo's okay. He had his 9 p.m. line, was going to bed. All right, good. Hokey dokey. In that case, I'm not worried about it. All right, bam, we're done. Any final parting words?
One planet, one people. Hasta luego.
Hasta luego. If you haven't given my page a like, please do so. Encourage your friends and family. Check us out. Give at facebook.com/Manny Behind the Mic. Give it a like. On YouTube also, youtube.com/Manny Behind the Mic. Give us a, what do you call that? A subscribe.
Skype it.
You can check out right down there. You see it, mannysmerch.com. Pick up some t-shirts, mugs, hats, socks, pajamas, onesies for the babies. You name it, it's all there. You guys have a great night. Good night, everyone.
Good night, everybody. Maybe we'll see you tomorrow night. It's up to that guy over there.
Yeah, I actually have to travel early in the morning, so I got to pack right now. And I went way, way too long tonight. So good night, Mel. Thanks for hanging out with us, you guys. Oscar, way to go. Thank you all. Have a great night, and we'll see you. I don't know. Next broadcast is going to be maybe tomorrow. I'll find out. I want to plan on tomorrow. How's that? Wait a minute. I can tell you right now. I'll tell you right now.
He's going to tell us right now.
I'm going to tell you right now.
Right now. Mm-hmm. He didn't tell us.
What day is tomorrow?
Tuesday. All day.
Tomorrow, yes, for sure. Wednesday, yes, for sure.
And what time
Thursday,
are we talking?
Thursday,
7:30?
yes, for sure.
7:30?
And then I have a I don't know. I'm thinking later. What do you guys want? Early or late? I like this 10:30 spot. If you want it earlier, I can't do earlier than 7:30 or 8 o'clock. Something like that. What are you feeling, Bam?
Well, this one right now is kicking my ass, but then again, I didn't get any sleep last night.
Well, plus we went long too. I didn't intend for this to go over 2 hours.
Yeah, I tried to.
I know.
I tried a couple of times,
but had some things that needed talking about. So
Lucy had some explaining to do.
Shonda says late. Lynn says late. All right.
Yep.
Just call it 10:30.
All right. I guess it's 10:30 tomorrow. Lucy had some explaining. Lucy had explaining to do.
Hey, keep that bird awake, man. Everybody wants an update on
well, he sleeps. He goes to bed, Carl.
See, there you go. If we do 10:30, it's less likely to see Kodak. Right? That's fair to say that?
Yeah, because he's usually in bed by like 8.
Put a poll on your page. Yeah, I should. 10 p.m. Another one for 10 o'clock. Marisa, another one for 10 o'clock or 10:30. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 7 or 8, 6 or 7 for late. So I'll put a poll up there, but most likely it'll be late. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for hanging out. Appreciate it. Everyone have a great night. Tomorrow's a travel day for me, but we'll see you on tomorrow night. Have a great night.
Guys.
Late Kodak. Record Kodak earlier. There you go. Record him and we'll play the video on how's that?
I'll try that.
Try to make him say the F-bomb. Try to have him curse or something.
Okay, he's like a 2-year-old. Okay, they only talk when they want to.
That's cool. All right.